I'm gonna open our meeting. So this is a meeting of Berlin Recreation. It is 9/24, 2024. Time is 7:05. Alrighty, so present. So we have, every meeting, we have someone that's supposed to take minutes. So we're gonna have to vote on somebody to do that job. This is kind of part of the new member introduction, so let me just explain this briefly, because I'm writing, and I hate when people are like writing when someone's talking, if you don't explain like what you're doing. So I don't like taking minutes, but what you have to do with the minutes is you just keep a record of what we've talked about, and then you will disperse the minutes to the committee, and then the committee reviews them, and then at the next meeting, the first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the previous meeting. So then it's already approved, then we approve it, and then it gets loaded onto our website. We have not, in full disclosure, been great at loading the minutes, or even approving the minutes, actually, to be completely honest with you. Because we just, taking the minutes is, people take them, but then that's all that happens. They stay in a notebook somewhere, and then they never get dispersed to the committee. So I think the best idea for minute taking is to rotate, unless someone's like, I love taking minutes, I am so good at this, let me do this for the whole time I'm on this committee. But it stinks, because then sometimes you just want to really be involved in the discussion, and you feel like you're locked into the note-taking portion. So I think, because if we're going to have a 5-member committee, we could just rotate. We could come up with a template of the minutes, and then you do it in October, you do November, you do December, and that way you kind of do one every 5 months, and it's not as bad, especially if we have a template. And we can discuss that maybe and vote on that when Felicia comes. Okay, what I did was, we'll do that one first, because Felicia's not here, because all the other stuff on the agenda is stuff that she's involved in too, because it's like program stuff. And I can't see anything, so I have to wear glasses. So I'm gonna give you guys these. This is, I know I'm gonna fly through this though, and then if you have questions, I think it's, when people join committees in town, it has been my experience that there's never really a good transition where new people coming on are explained how to do things, even like how to make a motion, how to vote a motion, what does that mean, what is a bill, payable, what does that mean for your accounts, and we just start discussing, and then the new members are like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then you don't really say, you guys probably would say something because we all know each other, but I feel like this will, I hope, help make that transition a little bit smoother. That's the intention of this. It's not to like sit here and lecture about recreation. So we'll go through this, but we'll fly. I know it's 2 pages, but we'll go so fast. All right, so the general information is we are a 5-member committee with 1 chair. We're all volunteers, nobody gets paid. You guys have been appointed by the select board, which is great. You do have a term. Did they tell you what your term is? Okay,
It's 3 years.
I want to say it's 3 years, yes. Now, there's members sitting on it, like Felicia's term started before, so there'll always be somebody on that's been here if she decides she doesn't want to renew her term. Your term will just automatically renew unless you say, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm good. I put in my 3 years. But that's not for another 3 years. And at any time during your term, if something comes up in life and you can't sit on the committee anymore, you certainly can resign at any time too without any, that's no big deal. Also, we just require, or the town does, a written statement. And it can just be a statement. It doesn't have to be a book about why, that's private for you and you don't have to disclose that. You can just say, I'm officially resigning. We all are voting members, all 5 of us. So I don't hold any more authority than you or you. So we all work as one committee. We are one group. And we generally will, when we do, except there's one disclosure, which I'll explain in a minute, anything that we do, we vote. So if someone says, hey, why don't we do this program? I can't say, great, make a flyer, do the thing, and then nobody else knows about it, because that's me working in a vacuum, and we don't do that, okay? So we all vote together. We don't do any individual member voting. The only exception to that was, and I'll explain why this came about, when we pay bills, and I'll go through this too, we have to submit a bill schedule to the town accountant. And it requires all of us on the committee to sign, or at least a quorum, and in a 5-member committee, a quorum is 3 people. So if like 2 people call out sick for a meeting, we can still meet because we have 3 people, and we can still vote on everything because we have 3 people. If only 2 of us could meet, we can meet, but we can't vote on anything, so it's best either to just postpone it. However, what we were finding is people's schedules sometimes get really busy around the holidays or around whatever. We still have to pay the portable toilet people, you know what I mean, people still need to get paid. So what the committee approved several meetings ago was for me as the chair to sign off on the bills if we aren't able to meet, or if a bill needed to get paid because it hadn't been paid or whatever. And then so long as I report at the next meeting on the financial statement, I let you guys know what we did, okay? And we can vote that again because it is a new committee, so it's probably a good idea that if we do wanna do that again, to allow the chair to sign off on the bills, we do that. So that's the only thing that's done independently of the committee. See, do you guys have any questions so far?
No.
We're flying. All right, we meet once a month. A lot of committees will do a year in advance thing, like conservation meets every other Wednesday. Hi Faye, how are you?
Hi.
Big E.
Where am I sitting?
Where do you want? I just took this whole area. You can sit wherever. I was just going through the committee
Yes.
stuff.
Hello.
Oh my God, is it 3 pages? Well,
The what?
all right, we're just on the bullets. So we meet once a month. We can decide what night works best for us. We've tried that in the past. Like, let's do the first Thursday of every month. Let's do the second Thursday of every month. And inevitably, I think just because we have small kids and people are coaching and life happens, I don't think it's the best. But
I mean, I'm flexible.
But the advantage to that is we know we're meeting the second Thursday of the month, so we can put out there like, hey, is everybody able to meet this Thursday? And yep, then we're good to go. We already have it on the schedule with the town. We already have it, we're good to go. So we could do that.
I think it's helpful when we have like other committees joining, or like someone
Yeah.
coming to the meeting. I think it's better if we have it posted like in advance like
Yeah.
that, but
So they can look.
I feel like 70% of the time it's posted and then
We amend
3
it.
days before we cancel it.
I know, it's so tricky.
Or change it.
All right, so we can, all right, so something goes with that, so in the finance section, so let me just star that for a minute. We have to set an agenda, and we have to publicly post the meeting 48 hours in advance. This is the law, this is open meeting law, I'm sure you're familiar with open meeting law as an paralegal. And there's absolutely no exceptions to that, so meaning, if we wanna have a meeting on a Wednesday at 5, we have to post that meeting, and there's a way to do that on the website or in My Town Government. We have to post it by Monday at 5. If we post it by Monday at 5:05, we can't have a 5 o'clock meeting. So it is down to the minute, and there's just no exceptions, because it's all digital, so they know, you know. So we have to make sure we do that. Any committee member can request any agenda item that they want to be added to the agenda, again, because nobody's over anybody, so you can just, if you're like, Julie, can we put pickleball on the agenda, right, to be discussed? Absolutely, then we'll put it on there. But that information will have to come, because what we'll try to get into the system of doing is posting our agenda, or putting out, anyone want to add anything to the agenda, can you please add this to the agenda? We'll put the agenda out. Again, we can't, so also open meeting laws, you cannot discuss or deliberate as a committee electronically, at the library, wherever, unless we have a posted meeting. So I can send information to you. If you want to add something to the agenda, you would just write back to me. So you're not writing back to the entire committee. You can pass information to the entire committee, but you can't deliberate or discuss. So the easiest way to just say you're not going to do that is just send it to one person, and then you don't violate open meeting law. During the meeting itself, we can only discuss or deliberate on items posted to the agenda. So if something comes up, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot, we're gonna do this. Nope, we can't do it. Which stinks.
Write it down.
Yep, exactly. Next meeting. All right, the financial part, okay, the budget. You guys all know how a budget works. In municipalities, it works similarly. Every May, the town approves the budget, which I'm sure you guys were at the town meeting this past May. The town has never, the townspeople have never denied the rec budget. It's always been dismally small because we've been a really small department committee for so long. Last year, we did get a $13,000 increase in our budget, which is unheard of. But the administration really supported what the rec department was looking for, what we needed for next year. We don't just, when we do the budget requests start like now, start thinking about what you're gonna need for next year. Because up in their department, they're working with all the different committees. So they want the departments under them to really start coming up with your needs for next year. So needs for next year are what you need to effectively run your committee or department. And our needs are gonna be different than the highway or the police, you know what I mean? So we're like this, and they're like that. So our needs for our department are, we pay for trash on the South Commons. We pay for portable toilets, which you guys have seen. We pay for the maintenance on the fields. Also, we're partnering with the soccer program and the baseball program. They're also contributing to that fee because it's $30,000 to maintain the fields. There's more to that, but I'll tell you that in a minute. And we pay for a goose patrol. So that sounds so funny, right? But those fields used to be, there was a huge Canadian geese problem down there. Flocks, massive, because the Canadian geese come back to the same watering hole to have their babies every spring. And you couldn't walk on that grass down there without the fecal.
Yeah, it's bad.
It was so bad, and we didn't know what to do. And then we found this guy who humanely removes the geese with dogs, with those little collie dogs. He's amazing. He goes in the pond in his canoe, and you have to do it over time. And then the geese eventually know that those are not good grounds for them to be on. So we still contract with him, because if you don't still have that dog presence, because so they'll have their babies in the spring, and then they start coming out, the parents do, with the babies, and is it safe? And then once the dogs come in, off they go. They'll come a few more times, but then that's it, they relocate elsewhere. So it's a pretty good service, and it's humane, and they're not shooting the geese, you know. We had people recommend that's what we should do, but we decided against. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Really?
It's a good suggestion. It's a good suggestion. We're gonna take that one. We're gonna put that in the
Boy
bucket.
Scouts
Yeah.
out there. Only bow and arrow.
Great
Yeah,
idea.
there you go.
Good idea. It's a great idea. Yeah. Maybe we could teach a class. Okay. So anyway, so our budget, all the money that we ask for, we need to run the department. So this isn't to buy Easter eggs.
It's not even activities.
This is, yeah, it's not events and activity. We have another fund for that. This is just to run the department, or the committee. So by the end of the year, so our fiscal years run different than a calendar year, which was so confusing in the beginning for me with trying to get the fiscal year right. So fiscal years run from July 1st to June 30th the next year. So when people talk about fiscal year 25, that's what we're in now, even though it's not 25 yet, but it's the fiscal year, because you're past July 1st. So that's the fiscal year. Calendar year is January to December. So it might take a little while to get used to that. It did for me. Maybe you're used to
It's
that.
almost like a school year, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of
Where
like a school year.
24, 25, or whatever.
Yep. So when you start hearing the numbers FY26, you're thinking about next July through next June 30th. Okay. So basically that means what we need for those months for the portables, the goose, the trash, and the fields. That's it. If by the end of the year the town wants to see, and I keep an Excel spreadsheet of what our budget is, I mean what we deduct all the way through, and June also keeps that too. She's a town treasurer. Nope, accountant. Accountant. Anyways, we by the end of the year have to have as close to zero as possible, because if we have like $10,000 left after asking for 30, we look pretty irresponsible and unknowing with what we need for our department, and we're gonna have a hard time next year getting what we want. So we have to be right on point. All right. So every May. Our needs, fiscal years. Okay, so here's a good way to say it. Our annual budget's based on our operating expenses. So what it takes to operate them. We will submit a budget request to the town administrator. and the finance committee, and then they will look it over and they will shoot it back to us. Every year, the town asks every committee and department not to exceed a 2.5% increase over what you asked for last year. And that's standard, every department. And then some departments will say, geez, we need this year. And then you have discussions with the finance committee, why do you need it, show us all the stuff. And then they determine if it's really something that they think they can afford. Because if they give to us, then somebody can't give to someone else, right? So they try to work really fiscally with that. I think last year we did a really good job presenting.
Yeah,
why
last
we
year they
needed-
gave us $1,500 to kind of get that summer camp week
Mhm.
going. And it ended up
Yeah.
working out. We made however much off of that, which was great.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And now we have like a base of stuff for that.
Mhm.
Right, supplies,
Yeah.
yep,
Mhm.
yep. All right, let me see, we either get supported or denied. The increase, our increase, you can read why we increased, why we had such a huge increase, so I'll briefly talk about that. So the Fields project, which was also passed at town meeting last year, which is basically those fields that we are down, the soccer fields. The fields are a disaster. There's no grass growing, they're not even level. So the soccer program put together a really nice proposal for Community Preservation Act, which is another group in town. All of our taxes, there's a 3% surcharge on our taxes that was voted 3 years ago, I think. And that money is collected into a pool. And all that money then, 10% of it goes to rec and open space, 10% of it goes to housing, and 10% of it goes to, why am I drawing a blank?
Conservation.
No, conservation's with rec, housing, and, historic.
Oh,
Oops.
yes.
And then there's another 70% that sits in the pool. And any citizen or town group can come up with a plan proposal, like the basketball and tennis courts, or land purchase, Mount Pisgah, can come up with a proposal that meets the guidelines of CPA and come before CPA with the proposal and say this is how much it's gonna cost. So CPA is designed as a growth tool for the community. So that's exactly what soccer did. They said because rebuilding of the fields meets one of the goals of CPA. So rather than go back to the town and say, we need these fields redone to make them safe and playable, and taking it from the taxes, upping everyone's taxes more, there's this pool of money which we can use for that. So when the town approved that, so that $300,000 comes from CPA funds, which was already being taken out of your taxes anyways, that surcharge. So CPA will not approve any project moving forward, this started with the grounds, without a maintenance plan in effect. So they don't want to approve the fields project without a yearly maintenance plan in effect, because then if you don't take care of it, right?
Right, what's the point?
What's the
Putting
point?
it
Then the
down.
town just
Yeah.
spent $300,000 and you're not taking care of it. So they wanna see that too. So the maintenance plan, we got quotes for the maintenance plan. So there's the project itself, which is $300,000, and then the year over year, it's gonna cost $30,000 to maintain that. That's with the irrigation, that's with the, weed, that's grub control, that's fertilizer, that's aerating, because it's a huge parcel of land. When you think about it, you're like, why does it cost that much money? But it's like almost 10
A lot of
acres
grass,
over there,
yeah.
but it's a lot of grass. So anyways, so that's in part why we got extra money. We got an additional, $13,000 for the fields. That project, however, may not be started next year. It might get pushed back a little bit, because now we're trying to create a master plan for there. We can discuss that later. But anyways, I forgot what my point was. I just wanted you to know that rec has never asked for that big of an increase, and it's primarily has a lot to do with that $13,000 increase going strictly to the fields. Because our other increases are small. Like we had another portable toilet placed there, we had the software for 2K, and then we had the,
Yeah, but we also asked for the
trash.
part-time.
No, that didn't come out, that was a separate line item.
Oh, it was?
That wasn't added, that was added into, payroll.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And we also asked for a part-time rec director, which will be a game changer for the
It's a
department.
big deal.
Because doing all of
Big deal.
this is,
Mm.
it's just so much work. It's just so much
It
work.
makes like the other volunteering not fun.
That's it,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right. In full disclosure, I did apply for that, so, I don't even know. She's
I haven't
the
got
rec
any word
committee
about
member
anything, so
on the interview
follow up on
committee.
that.
So we don't even know.
The money's there for it to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
When we get there.
$10,400 for a part-time role of 10 hours a week,
Mhm.
I think. And I think the idea is to have that person stationed in here somewhere. So there's a landline, so people can call for rec. So it's either gonna be, I imagine flexible hours in the beginning, I would think, until they have somewhere for the person to go. Speaking of that, somewhere for the person to go, you should know too, as new members, that all our stuff that we own for rec, we just store at our homes.
Cause there's nowhere to put it.
Because we have no rec center, we have no rec room, we have no rec closet, we have
Working
no
on that.
rec
Shed,
cubby.
no rec.
We reckon on that.
We have no rec. We have a banner. We have a rec banner. Felicia ordered that.
And
That's the
lots-
extent of it.
Lots of bins of stuff.
Yeah.
Lots of bins. So they're at Felicia's house, they're at my house.
Yeah.
I don't know if anything's at Beth and Mark's house. So hopefully with this new rec director, we will get a room and we can store all our town-owned things in there.
There, yep.
Because we really shouldn't have them on our property anyways. All right, our accounts, this is page 2. We have what's called general fund and we have a revolving fund. All the town money that gets approved at town meeting goes into our general fund, and all the bills that get paid come out of that general fund, okay? So that is number, well, we have the number there, I think I can say that out loud. I don't know, it's just the number on the paper. And then we have what's called a revolving fund. That's like what I said to you, we need to get that down to as close to 0 as possible to make honorable on our word and our request. And then we have what's called a revolving fund. The general fund. If we do have a balance left over, that doesn't roll over. That goes back to the town as free cash then. So the revolving fund, however, just keeps building year over year. So that stays with us the whole time. The idea with the revolving fund is it's supposed to be treated as money in, money out. So you bring money in for the summer program, and it goes back out to help offset the cost of other programs for things that we need. Eventually we'll get to a point where we have all that we need, sort of, consumables we'll always need, but we'll get everything that we need and that we have, and then we just have money in that account. And there's a neighboring community that she is able to, she's been doing this for a long time, like 20 years, but her entire department is self-sustaining. Her salary is, her assistant's salary, everything. They don't take any money from the town because they don't need it, because their program, they bring in enough from the programs. They're much bigger than we are, but we can still get very close to that for what we have, right? Because the reality is it is a small town, right? We don't want people's taxes going super high for the program, and there's a programming need for all people, not just little kids. So if we can just bring in money and put out money, we'll hopefully get to the point where we're more self-sustaining, I think, than not. That's the goal. So that revolving fund is, if we do want to run an event, like we are running the movie night, and it is Rex just putting it on, so we're not asking for anyone to pay for anything. However, we still are going to, if people want to donate things, they can donate. That money that we get, we will put deposit into this revolving fund, okay? We will have to pay for small things at the event.
Yeah, just some minor stuff.
Yep, just minor stuff. And again, that's, nobody's paying to get in, so that will be something that we just pay for, right? And that would come out of a
It's a
revolving
pretty cheap
fund.
event.
So yeah, it's a pretty cheap event, but we need to have, like in your own homes, you want to go to Target, you need money in your account so you can buy stuff. I don't want to buy anything at Target anymore. I feel like I keep them in business.
Can't even go in there.
anytime, again, we make a transaction, whether it's from general or revolving, we need a bill schedule, it has to go to the town accountant, we all have to sign off on it. Okay, this I think is important just to know, cause if you get emails from people in town, you guys, so our town administrator is Kristen Rubin. I think for maybe, you'll meet her, because she's a big deal in town. It's very, very nice. And then her assistant is Dee, that's probably who did your paperwork, Dee Green.
Yep.
June Polland she deals with all our money. So you may not necessarily deal with her. Every now and again, she might shoot you an email if there's like a reimbursement and there was something, she couldn't read the receipt or whatnot because it was too blurred, whatever, it happens to me. So that's her. Her assistant is Amy. The town treasurer is Kathy. All these people work right up here on the second floor. And then the safety people who we work closely with for all of our events. So Mr. Cummings, Fred is the highway superintendent. He's I don't think you may not have seen him because he's been up on Lyman doing the road. But he's great. I think anything.
Drives the white truck around town.
Yeah, there's only like I think how many guys on the highway? 4?
6? 5?
No, they let go all the summer help. Well, they went back to college. So in the summer, he has
4 or
to
5.
hire people just to mow.
Oh.
It's usually like college kids that, come and mow for the summer. But then they leave, and then it's just, the highway department is very small.
Very.
hardworking individuals work in that department. Then there's the chief of police, Eric Chardner, and the fire chief, which is Mike McQuillan. And you'll see them too at our events, because they always come to the events. Okay, open meeting law. Basically, we cannot deliberate anywhere ever. That's it. When we have meetings, the door has to stay open. We have to post our agenda 48 hours in advance.
3 or more of us.
Yep, 3 or more of us, right. So Megan and I, we could talk all day about rec.
Yeah.
We're fine, because we're not a quorum, but this, all of a sudden the 3 of us come in, we can't talk about, sometimes, we just can't violate open meeting law.
Yeah.
And then 3 members or more to vote. Oh, this is another good one too. If we join another meeting, which may be like, oh yeah, the finance committee wants us to go to their meeting. And if there's gonna be more than 3 of us, we have to post that we're having a meeting. Even though we're not really, but we're at someone else's meeting as a quorum, we have to post that.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
Yeah,
But if there's only like 2 of us.
then we're fine. Yep.
Gotcha.
And all the posting stuff I do, so you don't have to worry about doing that. I can show you how to do it if you're interested in knowing that, which might be actually that I should put in the binder too. All right, now this is all the stuff we have to do tonight. Warrants and forms to sign and all that. Oh my God, you guys, we're almost there. Okay, whoa, okay. All right, warrants are signed weekly by June, so June has to pay our stuff, and then they have to do payroll, they have to pay all the stuff, okay? So she has a deadline, that's her deadline, and, we just have to meet that deadline. That's it, we're not gonna negotiate the deadline.
Or we
we're
wait
just
till
gonna-
next week.
Yeah, and what that means is, it's a little bit tricky, so like, she has to have all her paperwork in her hands, and her office is right across the street, or right across the hall, Wednesday morning, she says, Wednesday morning. And she has it Wednesday morning, so she can put it out Friday, so people can get paid the following week. If you submit it, or I submit it, Wednesday night, people are not getting paid next week. Our vendors. They go the following week, and you can imagine that's not welcomed, okay? It's taken me a while to get that. I'm like, oh my God, okay, Wednesdays. Because sometimes we meet Thursday, we don't approve everything, so now we have to wait the following whole week, and then people get paid the following week. So that's why when we think about like, when do we wanna meet? Meeting on like Thursday is not a good idea. Friday is also not a good idea. So really, it's best to meet Monday or Tuesday. Can't even meet Wednesday.
You can't meet Tuesday, it's school.
Again, I can pay the bills and then just report back. I don't know.
We don't have to sign them?
We do, but remember how we voted that I can sign
Oh,
the
right,
bills?
right, yeah.
Well, I said we should revote that anyways, because new
Yeah,
members
I
are
agree.
here
I agree.
as a new member thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is done weekly. We can't miss the deadline or people don't get paid. That's not good. That includes me too, right? Because I run the fitness programs, right? So if I miss it, that's another disaster. Hopefully everything's gonna be streamlined once we have myrec.com. Okay, that's done. Did that. Okay, we have several different forms that we use to do things. If we get checks, which right now, or last year we started, Felicia did, which was such a good fundraiser. The sweatshirt fundraiser, the 01503, so cool. So we have a Google form up on our website that people can order on right through there. And periodically she'll just blast that out again, like sweatshirts for sale. Obviously we didn't do it too much in the summer because it's the summer, so that was dumb. So now that it's fall, she's gonna sell them at the fall festival. And how she does this is kind of a pain for Felicia. She goes on the Google form, she gets the person's name and address, she pulls the sweatshirt, she puts it in a bag, she goes to their house, delivers the sweatshirt.
Or they pick it up.
Or they pick it up, delivers the sweatshirt.
Secret meeting place.
Yeah.
And then she gets
Not disclosed.
payment. And then that payment has to go into our account. So we have an account number that I write in the back. So it's, I'm telling you guys, behind the scenes.
It's a lot of
stuff is
steps. It's a
ridiculous.
lot of steps.
It's so many steps. And this, once we have that online, myrec.com, none of this happens. And then we have a deposit form, we write the check number, the amount, and then this goes over to the town treasurer. She gets the checks, counts it, makes sure it's right, stamps it, gives me a copy, I give it to June.
So much
I go to the bar, no, I do not do that, kidding. But that is the deposit form, so that's one of the forms that we use in our department. Second form that we use in our department is called a reimbursement form. So so we're having, say, like, I don't know, we'll use this one for an example. We're doing the Halloween Fest. So Felicia's like, oh my God, I found these really cute trunk or treat things at Oriental Trading. I'm gonna order some of those. Because we don't look for approval for that stuff. Because we're all running the event and you're gonna buy things for the event. Once we approve the event, everyone's just, we communicate.
It's not usually more than like a couple $100.
Yeah.
Maximum.
And we have that all year over year anyways, and we have enough money in the revolving fund to do these things. So she goes and gets some things needed for that event. She keeps her receipt. The town does not pay sales tax, is the only
That's the
kicker.
problem.
Certain stores do, and we do have a tax ID number that we can use with those, like Lowe's has our number. Anything
BJ's does.
BJ's probably
They do,
does,
yeah.
yep. Anything we wanna buy like on Amazon, like if you say like, oh my God, I found this really cute Christmas tree or whatever, it's cheap on Amazon, then we can order it through the town and they will do all the ordering. So then we don't have to, they'll give us a receipt of when it's been ordered, it gets either delivered here or to our house, and then, it comes right out of our account. They just give us a receipt and we note it on our financials, and June will also note it on hers.
That's a new thing. Just figured this out.
I know.
Thank God.
All these years, we've paid so much sales tax. Right to heaven. That's where we're going.
That's right.
When it happens. So the reimbursement form, we also, if you guys all have things you wanna get reimbursed for, you will get the form, I'll have it, and then you fill it out, right? And it's just the date, the department number, which is on the paper. I just feel like I shouldn't say that.
And you have to see the payment information, like if it's an online thing, they have to see the payment.
Yeah, they have to see
that's
your credit
paid
card.
and, yeah, it's gotta be
Yeah, it can't just be like a copy of the stuff.
without how it
You
was
know,
paid.
yeah, you have to show
Yeah.
you paid your credit card, the last 4 days, whatever it is. So this is perfect for this. And then you just write on there who you bought it from, what you bought. You don't have to get crazy. You don't have to go through every single item. You can just write fall supplies, and then the dollar amount, then the reimbursement total. The department head signs it. You cannot sign it because you can't request money for yourself. I've made that mistake probably 17 times. June. I finally got it now. So if you're requesting it, someone else on the committee signs it. Okay, so we're just all gonna sign it, so this is Felicia's money, so the 3 of us will sign this. So actually, you guys can sign that now if you want. And then your address goes on top of that too. Okay, so we have the deposit form.
Just
we have-
sign on.
Yep, right under,
Under you,
yeah, or requester.
request.
Yep, so you're gonna request it on behalf of Felicia. Cause she can't request her own stuff. We're almost done. No, we're not. I have so many papers.
Good one.
One day we'll be paper free. Okay, thank you. And then I'm gonna take this, and can you just fill out, I forgot your address, Harris? Yes,
Good work.
thank you. I got a brain. Okay, and then the last form, is our bill schedule form. So any bill we pay goes on this. So, what is this? So Felicia's reimbursement, even though it's a reimbursement, it comes out of our account, so we have to pay this. So you guys will sign right underneath me. Very nice. And then we're gonna, oh, I'll tell you the motion thing too, because I forgot that.
I don't remember any of this stuff.
I got so many things. Oh, the deposits sheet, no, we don't have to sign. That just goes, I just bring that in. Okay, great. Guys, we're doing it. Doing great, doing great. Okay. I sign, yes, okay. This one, what's this? Okay, I had, a couple, late registration people for boot camp, no judgment. And I can't sign my own thing, so this is kinda like the reimbursement. So you guys have to sign those. And then after these are all signed, we will do a total, we'll make a motion to sign, to approve this. Bill schedule, is that the last one? Yes, that's the last one. Okay, so how we vote, this is how we vote. This is gonna sound so formal. We have really come so far. We used to be a hot mess in this committee.
We still are.
Well, I know, but not really as bad. We're so good now. Okay, so when we vote on things, right, I will say as the chair, I will say the motion, I will say, can I get a motion to approve $131.75 to reimburse Felicia Lowe for fall festival supplies? And then what somebody says is,
So moved.
yep, so moved. That means the motion's been moved, and then someone has to second. So anyone says it, you just say, I second.
I second.
Yep, and then we say, okay, all in favor, and then you just say aye, aye, aye. A little more energy, Felicia. I'm trying to act,
I
we're
didn't
trying to
think, I
act
didn't
this
think
out.
I could do it. This is for me.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, you might not be able
Yeah.
to, so. And then we say,
Nice
okay,
try.
and then in the minutes, we would write Felicia reimbursement approved for dash, I'll do the minutes for today. That's fine. Okay, so that would be that one. And then we move to the next one, and I'm gonna say, can I get a motion to deposit into our revolving account $366? I don't think-
366, what is that for?
Oh, good, I'm glad you asked, I'm gonna break it down in the motion. Just a minute, ma'am. Okay, can I get a motion to approve $366 into our revolving account? $126 is for the fitness programs, and 240. Did you do that quick math?
Yes.
Okay. 240 is for the sweatshirts. So I'll make that motion again, because now I forgot what it was. Can I get a motion to approve $366 into our revolving account? $126 is for our fitness program, and $240 is for the sweatshirt fundraiser.
So moved.
Second.
Good. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're
Guys!
on track.
We are awesome! All right. Now we have one more. Now, can I get, what am I saying? Oh, wait, no, wait.
An amen.
Yeah. Can I get a motion to approve $114 to be paid to, I don't think I can make a motion to pay myself. You have to make the motion.
Okay.
Disregard!
Can I make a motion to approve $114 to be paid to Julie Lee for August fitness program?
So moved?
Yes!
Victory. Second?
Yes!
What did I say? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Good job, guys!
You did it.
I really feel like that's the first time we've ever done that correctly.
Yeah,
So good for our new committee!
because there's no
We're on a
guys here.
roll.
Alright, so that's how we vote.
Okay.
Just like that, right? Not bad.
Pretty easy.
Yep. And so here's another thing, right? Anyone can make a motion. It doesn't have to be just me, right? As you just did. You could make a motion at any time. If you just want to vote on something, discussions, you just want to vote. I'm going to make a motion to blah. And if someone seconds it, there's discussion then on the floor. That's what we should have said. It should have been, make a motion, move it, second it, any discussion. If there's no discussion, we
Then-
vote. That's how it should have been. Well, we almost did it right. All right, everything's fine. All right, so quickly what we do, our charter, which is the most important thing of the rec committee, is to plan and execute programs of recreation and leisure activities for people of all ages in town. That's what we should be doing as a committee. That's it. There it is, because that's our charter. We have taken on some additional roles, which is fine. We don't mind doing that. We manage the South Common Fields.
Yeah, you don't.
That includes rentals. We, as a committee, are gonna have to come up with a new rental agreement. Actually, your expertise might be useful. Not that you wanna work in that capacity at all,
That's fine.
but you have knowledge in that field, so I think that's awesome. So we need to come up with a field rental formal agreement and a field usage fee agreement. Because we're gonna get to the point, especially after these fields are done, where we can be making money on the fields. Renting out the baseball programs, which we do right now to AAU teams. But we can be renting the fields, renting the pavilion for birthday parties and, but we need to have a formal agreement. That also will go through the, select board. That's something we have to work on. We manage the maintenance of the South Commons, which is, the scheduling, the guy to come out to aerate and fertilize and all those things, which historically has not been, what's a good way to say this?
I don't know where you're going
Managed,
with
I
this.
would say managed well, in part because the budget was meh. I mean, we had $6,000.
We do like bare bones.
We had-
It's like doing minimum.
It was no fault, I would like to say, this is no fault of the company, this is a fault of, we did not have the funds to do this.
Yeah.
But we're now, we put that behind us, and now moving forward, we're in a really good situation, so we have the funds to do this. But that certainly involves a lot of planning, because also we are close to the school. There's certain,
Rules.
products they cannot use, because we're close to the vernal pool and, the water across the way. There's certain projects that we just cannot use. So that has to be done very, very carefully too. We manage that. We manage the portable toilet rentals, the trash rentals, Goose Patrol. Any company that we work with, we have to have a contract with. So we have to do all of those too for FY25. And then, of course, we plan programs and events, which is because we need to fulfill our charter. Which, quite honestly, this is, only in the past year, right, or two maybe, have we started really doing consistent programming-ish. We were, like Felicia said, we were given $1,500 through ARPA funds as a little starter pool for our summer program, which was awesome, because we spent like $900 on supplies, which you can't even imagine how
But
much
that paid for the
supplies.
counselors, which was
Yeah.
awesome, so there was actually profit.
Yeah, exactly,
From-
and that was the goal.
And only
So-
1 week, so maybe we
Right,
can
right.
do more weeks.
Right, exactly,
in the future.
yeah. All right, so do you guys have any questions about all that jazz?
No.
I know it's a lot, I just threw up all that information. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good.
But you can go home with it and be like, I don't really know, but I think it will help now with the language when we're talking about things, you'll kind of have to understand what we're doing. All right, so now we're gonna move to the agenda. We'll hopefully just go through this really quickly. And if you guys want, we're gonna have to do the MyRec thing. Should we start with that? Colin said we could call him if I need. Okay, so there is are you online?
Yeah, as long as my computer doesn't die.
All right.
My battery's dead.
So have either of you guys used the software? I'm gonna go off the agenda slightly. Have either of you guys used the software for any of the programs in Northborough or Boylston or, oh my God, it's so great.
It's so easy.
Can you get on? I don't,
You want
I
me to
got
go
on it this afternoon. It looks great.
it's
Look
amazing.
at the North
That's what we're
Borough.
getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks great.
I mean, they have a ton of programs,
Yeah.
but,
We're gonna have a lot, too.
once we have this set up, we can do that too. Did you share it on this?
Yes. I shared Northborough's, but it is the exact same
Oh, right.
one.
Yeah.
Boylston, same interface, same exact thing, and
Mhm.
you build it out to how you want it.
Yeah, it looks.
Oh my God, you printed it. You hot ticket. Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
A plus, Terry. Are you on?
I'm trying to load, there we go. On Northborough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just so you can see, way to
They have-
go, way
They
to
have a
miss
lot on here.
Can you turn it? Oh, we won't do it on there. But this is what we're gonna get, you guys. This is the software that we got approved for,
I can't
okay?
control it, so.
So it's amazing.
You wanna scroll down?
Yep.
You just click.
So what it is this, ours will say Berlin. And Boylston's looks, anyone that uses MyRec, it's the exact same setup. I mean, you can put your own pictures up there, obviously, and whatever announcements we want. And we can do whatever things we want. She sets it up with fall adult program, oopsie.
Yeah, I feel like she does hers seasonally,
Yep, she does.
which is nice.
Yep. But the advantage to this, right, is, oh, I wanna see, click that. Look at this. So all you have to do, look at half-day programs. Oh, see, half-day programs. I wanna go on a regular program, fall youth programs. Give me one, what is that, archery? All right, I click that. She explains the program, the locations, and then it shows you how many, whatever, how many sessions it is, what the price is. And then you have an option to, where is it, register? Register for the programs.
And then honestly, like, with Northborough, like, it's just a matter of her making a contact with, like, what's one example, like Juniper Hill Golf
Yep.
Course.
Mhm.
She speaks to the person that runs the program, that they run for whomever,
Right.
but then they get a kickback if people register.
Oh.
So it's just like a matter of making the connections
Mhm.
and, knowing when these things are
Right.
happening and just putting it, having it on the website like this is so much easier than me being like,
Oh, for users.
let me make a flyer
Yep.
and send it out. Like, at least this way people can be like, oh, I wonder what is offered through recreation. And even if it's not in our town, like,
Mhm.
they can click on it and register and
Yep.
go, and we'll get like $30 a kid.
Yeah.
To do nothing, but
That's
let them
great.
register
But
through
put
our
it on there,
website.
Let
Yeah.
them know it's available.
Yeah.
It's so slick. It's so much easier, because right now we reach like the kids in the school, maybe 19 Carter people. We do not get the entire community of
Like
people
with
at
the
all.
soccer program, I at least was able to share it with like Neshoba Valley, and the coaches and the director were like really happy to share it out to all the like towns that we play. So I think we had more out of towners
Yeah.
than in towners this
Yeah.
year for the soccer program, which is good. But we're gonna work on getting that out in like January, blocking it in with like
Yep.
Bob and knowing what we're doing by then, so people are able to register. Because
Mhm.
this stuff, like, I think Northborough Rec's full day program, which everybody goes for, cause it's pretty reasonably priced and it's amazing. They'll put it out by like the end of January.
Mm.
And people will literally put their
Yep.
kids in there for the
Mhm.
whole summer.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Or Clinton's early too. They're usually, I think everything is like before Valentine's Day.
Mm.
Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah.
So.
But the good thing about this is people in this town are already using it, because they've used it in Boylston, or they've used it in Northborough, or whatever. And that once the best thing for us is going to be the payment part, because you just sign up for the program, you put your card on there, chick, done. We're not collecting checks, we're not collecting cash, we're not
It's the
doing
worst.
Google Forms, we're not doing this will save.
No checks are bouncing.
This basically just streamlines the entire process for registration for us, which is huge. So the town, this is based on a revenue scale, as you saw there in the agreement. We are tiered, I asked Colin if we could be tiered at the lowest one. So last year, our revenue was about $30,000. Now, that's revenue, that's not profit. But this is based on revenue, because they're doing the processing the same way. They're not profiting that, we are. So if you are, 25,000 and under, you pay $2,800 a year for the software. And that's pretty, actually, from what I understand, that's very reasonable for software. Now, as you increase your revenue, their annual fee increases too. I think it's $3,400 for the next tier.
The next one is 32.
Okay, so the
It's
next
not
one's,
bad.
which really, right?
That goes up to $100,000.
Yeah, but that
20
would-
25,000 to 100,000, that's a
That-
lot of room.
Yeah,
I
but
totally
I think
agree
what
with
I
her.
wanna know from Colin is whether, like, okay, say we do 30 again.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, they come back and just say, hey, you owe us $800, or.
Yeah, if your
I
revenue
mean,
goes,
$400, whatever.
yes,
it would
if
be.
your revenue, if you're in the next tier, you owe the difference, absolutely.
Okay, I just wanna make sure there's not like a
There's no
penalty
additional,
also
nope, I asked him
for
that, that was a good question, I sent him an email over after that, and he said
Okay.
no. He actually wrote, there's no, what did he write? We don't assess a fee for crushing it.
Love that, love that.
We just review it at your annual review for the upcoming year. Oh, that actually seems to
Yeah, but
indicate
like-
you don't pay the difference, right?
Yeah, but like 25,000.
We will not
They'll
assess a
up
fee.
you.
To 100,000, that's a huge difference.
Huge.
Like, I feel like we'll always be under 100,000.
Yeah.
At least for the next couple of years.
And how does the year run? The year that a year from you sign it, when you sign it, or do they go on a fiscal?
Oh, yeah, good call, good question, Terry.
Does it say that in there?
Let me see.
I think it says upon agreement, signature of agreement. Oh, no, wait a minute, he asked me when we wanna launch this, and I said November
It's on-
1st.
Oh, okay, it's on the launch date,
Okay, launch date, okay.
yeah. And you can give them 30 days notice and get out, they can do the same.
Perfect. God, we have our own little paralegal.
I know, I love it.
Minnie!
Thank God.
But it does automaticely renew. every
Yeah, it
year.
automatically renews.
Okay.
So see, okay, so to your point, no, you don't pay the difference, but they will assess, yeah. They'll review
Gotcha.
at your annual review at the upcoming year.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. So there's fees, right, there's fees. You have to pay fees, the user will pay a credit card processing fee. And then we have an additional fee with the bank. So what I'm gonna, right, it's the bank. I'm gonna get on a call with Colin. This is the guy that we're coordinating with through him. And the bank that we're using, because the town uses Unipay for everything. MyRec no longer supports Unipay, so we had to find, and God love Kathy, this is our town treasurer, did all the legwork on this. She found a bank that Rec can use for this software, and it's, I mean, it's
Good.
Citizens.
No, it's Clinton
I'm sorry,
Savings.
Clinton Savings, not Citizens.
Nice.
Not Citizens, it is not Citizens.
No.
It's Clinton Savings, right here, which is great. So I'd like to get on a call with Colin, and, because the financial piece behind this was the hardest legwork, finding the bank that's gonna sync with, that MyRec, recognizes. So now that Kathy has that all done, the agreement needs to be voted on by us tonight, so we can sign it, and then it goes over to the town administrator, she's gonna then sign it, and then we can start building. But he said it takes about, if he said your launch date is November 1st, you guys gotta get moving, so you can build this, get all your programs in there that you wanna have in there, and we can add more as we go,
Mhm.
but we wanna get everything
Yeah, that's what
synced into
Boylston
the.
does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can, at any time, you can add them in there.
Right,
But we have to at least have it built, and he said that takes a little while.
yeah.
So, I don't know if you, I read the agreement, of course, I'm not legal. I thought the agreement sounded fine.
It's pretty straightforward.
I feel like I trust Kristen.
She'll have to sign it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if we sign it, and then she doesn't, that would not be good, but,
And then we'll be back to discussing.
and we would just cry, I would cry.
Oh, she'll be fine.
You get a lot of support, though.
Oh, right, the customer support from them, totally.
Yeah.
Yep,
Unlimited for 8 weeks,
yep,
and then 6 training sessions.
yep, and we'll get the training sessions, yeah. I think it's awesome.
That will be necessary.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And the good thing too, right, is that we work Berlin Recreation works very closely with Boylston Recreation. We're actually running a program together, a basketball program, which we're gonna go through in a second, the programs that we're running. But they've been running this. And in Northborough, who I really consider, any rec question I have, I always go to that director, I call her my mentor. She's been running this forever. We met with their town treasurer, our town treasurer met with her town treasurer, we all met on a Zoom call, and they talked about the financial part of it. So we have other townspeople that we are in touch with that run this software, that we can get guidance from. Ally did actually explain to me, because there's stuff on our end that we have to do financially at the end of the month, closing stuff out, making sure everything matches, but it's quick, you print the report, but Ally knows how to do that, and she said that she would advise me on that, which is helpful. I'm sure we'd learn in the training too, how to do that. But I think it's gonna be a game changer for us. I do, like you said, Terry, I love the 25 to 100, I mean, that's
It's big.
huge.
Yeah.
I mean, who has $75,000?
Yeah, but when it's so easy and we can,
Mhm.
like I said, like, I could call like Ski Ward and be like, hey,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing for lessons?
I know,
Right.
And
I know.
just,
So they're doing the work for us.
yeah, exactly. It's
Basically.
just a
So
matter of
that's it.
making
One-
the contact,
Yep.
but I feel like that's why
That's
when
what- yep.
someone is actually the part-time director that can
Mhm.
be somewhere and make those
Totally.
calls and lock it in,
Yep.
it'll be, like,
Yep.
there'll be a lot more money
Mhm.
coming in and out.
Well, yeah, that's true, right. And that's what she said. She said that she calls them and she tells them, I will advertise. You don't have to do any advertising.
Mhm.
I just need X amount of dollars per register.
Yep.
And whatever she determines that to be. And then they all say, yes, well,
Of course.
Mm.
of course, we're gonna get all these kids. Are you kidding me? That works perfectly.
But really, I guess my question would be for that, because they're registering through this. So she's basically taking in the lump sum of money and distributing it to, say, like, the archery.
Yeah,
guy.
then she, yep.
So taking her cut and just giving him or whomever the amount, right?
Yeah, I think that's how she does it. I think, I don't know for sure. I would have to ask her that,
Hmm. I'd be
how all that
curious
part
how
works. Yeah.
'Cause-
Well, that would make sense because it goes, yeah. Because
Cause I don't think
you would
any
pay
of
the
them,
town.
like, I don't think any of her things direct you to another website.
No, they
to
don't.
register, it's all
Mhm.
just through
Mhm.
that.
Yep, yep.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
but this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be a game
I think
changer.
it's gonna be amazing, yeah.
And then anything, like we don't, and she said this a while ago, and there's a group, Clinton, the Clinton director actually did this. She got all the local, all the directors around, and everybody will just share information. Like if you run a mosaics class over in Clinton, you know, they said the vendors want the work that are not this specific.
Mhm.
Like the vendors want the work, so then I maybe run it too the next month here in Berlin for Berlin residents, you know. So she says we're helping out the vendors too because we're giving them all that work and they're just traveling fairly locally to the different communities, right?
Yeah, I feel like we could get so many of those, like 4-week art class, or
Mhm.
like 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
of
yeah.
something, like
Yeah.
yoga or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's locked in.
Yep. And so that's a good point. So where do we host these things if we do run these programs, right? So currently, and this may change, but currently, because we are a town entity, we can use town buildings where we don't have a cost associated because they didn't want to. The administrative leadership felt if you did charge rec to use the town building, it's like double dipping.
Mm.
You're charging the people and you're charging rec,
100%.
yeah, so they said no to that. So if we hold classes, we could hold them at 1870. We're able to use the school when it's closed, the gymnasium or the cafeteria. There is a shared use agreement written into the lease from the school. That
Can we
read
use
over-
this
we could
building?
read over more carefully. Yeah, we could use this building, yep. Yep, I mean, they do have working hours, right?
Yeah.
So we can't have, you know, but yeah, that's a town building too.
Hmm.
I mean, they've been great with, you know, what if we want to use space, not so much giving us space to store our stuff, I'd say, but I just don't think because they have any, but as far as running programs, they're super great about sharing the space. So if everyone thinks that agreement, everyone supports that agreement as it stands right now, we can vote on that, approve it here, and then it will go across Kristen's desk next, so we can get moving on this. All right, so can I get a motion to approve the MyRec software agreement? Yep. Sorry, that's it. Can I get a motion to approve MyRec software agreement that you all have a copy of?
So moved.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, too. All right, great, guys. We have a vote for this. Everyone agrees that, so I'll get that over to Kristen. Awesome. All right, guys, now let's do the upcoming events. Let me quickly just do the half-day one, and then we'll do the more fun ones.
Sure.
Not that this one's not fun. Okay. The school did I tell you that, did we talk about this at the last meeting? Okay. Not that, I meant the Zoom. I can't remember if we talked about that with Peg. So the school is they added more half-days to their calendar. That came to the school committee last year to change their calendar to add a few more half-days. The idea behind it was that if the teachers can train more frequently and consistently, they'll be they'll be able to do better training work, and that will translate to the kids. The school committee approved it, but then there was the discussion, well, this sucks for parents, because now they're working, and now you've added more half days. What is wrong with you guys, right?
In the middle of the week.
Right, in the middle of the week, which I actually think is a good idea, because I know parents like, that argument is so strange to me, like, why can't we take the half day on a Friday so we could take the weekend off? Well, if you're gonna take the weekend off on a Friday, then on Wednesday, figure it out.
Yes, they do.
But anyways, so the rec department said to the superintendent, we could help, right? Because in other communities, they do this, where they run program, just like you saw in that, they run programming on these half days. So we went before the school committee, Eric and I did, and we proposed what the day would look like, what the half day would look like, that the rec departments would have programming. This was coming out, this came out like shortly after the summer program, so I was like, we can do this. We just ran 8 hours a day. We can do 3 hours. We can easily do this. So what we decided was that, we had discussed before, this other committee before you guys came on, that we were gonna do this to help support the schools. So Boylston's gonna run it at Boylston Elementary School, and Berlin's gonna run it at Berlin Memorial School. So the kids get dismissed at 11:45. We have to hire program counselors. This is gonna be a little bit of a challenge. They will be paid, they get paid minimum wage, so that's anyone, if anyone wants to do it. Anyone in town that wants to be a program counselor for these half days is welcome to do it. You just have to be 14 plus to get paid. You do have to apply, so there is a job application on our website. This is what I think, did I give you guys a copy of that one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a standard job application for any town employee, so there are parts of this application that are not gonna apply to a 14-year-old child, like, are you a veteran? No, and I had asked that we maybe have a youth job application, but we don't do that, we just have one standard application, so anything that doesn't apply to the applicant, they just don't fill it out. Okay, do you have a driver's license? You just don't fill it out. Or you write NA or whatnot. But
It's a good idea not to make it simple, because then the kids that are filling it out are getting practice for as they get older.
Good idea, Terry.
That's true.
And the more they fill it out, the more
Yeah.
employment history they'll have.
They might be
they'll-
confused, but they'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
But they could ask their guardian.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point, and I didn't
Just
think of that.
practice.
Yeah, it's practice,
And
good
we
idea.
can just put on the whatever they go into to get that, say, you only fill out what applies to you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe we can put that,
So,
yeah, I could, okay, on our website, I can put that, and I can ask Dee then if she can add that. There is a part on here, I think it's for, education. It says you may elect to not answer if irrelevant to the requirements of the position you're applying for.
mhm.
But that's only under education, nothing else. Everything else you should do. But I think that's a good point, you're right. Let's get them used to, yep, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's good stuff, okay.
There's kids that grow up and don't know how to balance a checkbook or
Yep.
write an envelope,
Mhm.
so this is
Good call.
good.
Gosh, see, bring the wisdom, Terry, bring the wisdom. Okay, so the half-day program, so.
Insulting my age, isn't it?
No, I love it, it's so great, it's so good. No, so it's wisdom. So the issue we have is, we have no idea how many kids we're gonna get,
Mhm.
right? Because it's who knows, we don't know. So we tried to kind of base it off of who uses the after-school program and what those numbers
It's not
look
gonna
like.
be accurate. Not even
But then we said it could triple. We have no idea. So we're saying 100 kids. That's
And
what
some
we,
people too that might have thought, oh, I'm gonna take that then, oh, well, if there's a program, then I'm not gonna
Mhm.
take that day off. I'm
Right.
not gonna-"
And it's not
And
super
someone that day
expensive.
doesn't go to
That's the-
after school, like, usually, then they'll.
Did we
right.
pick a price?
Yeah, $25.
Yeah, it's like cheaper than after school too,
Oh, wow.
so.
We wanted to keep it, I actually thought we should have gone lower than that.
But there will be an after school too?
Yes, there's an after-school too. Yep, so what happens is the day ends at 11:45. All the staff that work in the district, they go and they get trained in their areas. And they might be at the school here. So the nurses train together, the science, whatever, however they figure it out. And then at 3:05, they are free to go because they're done for the day. But every day, the elementary schools offer an after-school program after school ends at 3:05.
Till 6.
till 6. So after our program ends at 3:05, the after-school program is gonna begin for any families that need that too.
So you're just bridging from 11:45 to 3?
Yep.
Well, from, in the past,
bad,
on
right?
a half a day, they don't offer after school or anything.
Right.
So it would be like 11:45, the kids
Yeah.
have to be out of there.
Yeah. So this program, the first half day is October 23rd. So today is September 24th. So we need to, as a committee, I had already asked John Campbell, he's the principal at Berlin Memorial School, to send out a notice to all the families that registration will be opening on, I don't even know what date we said, October.
I think you just put it in the email.
Yeah, he did in
The last email.
latest.
from
October
Sunday.
1st, I think we're opening it.
Yeah, I think it said either the first or the.
We're opening it on the 2nd and closing it on the 9th, and we're only leaving it open for 1 week because we, as a rec
Prepare.
department, we gotta come up with the programs. So Eric, the Boylston, and because this is all like launching so fast, like we've been working, Eric and myself and Pam, and Felicia will probably be a part of this too, just because she was so much on the summer program, although now that we have new members, we can all help her to do it. But we've been coming up with what it would look like, but from our end, we're basically going to do, we thought this was the best way to do it, so whenever you run programs, it's by ratio. So 1 adult to 10 kids, if they're 7 and over, those kids are. If they're under, you need 1 adult to 5 kids. So we have to, when we launch this registration to go live, and again, because we don't have that awesome MyRec software, we have to do it through a Google form, which I sent to you guys. I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, because we have to approve that tonight too. We should pull that up. I don't think you have access to it. But that form is gonna tell us the name of the kid, the age of the kid, it's when registration closes, so then we can look at that big spreadsheet and say, we have this many kids under 7, we need this many staff for that. And we have this many kids over 7, so we need this many staff for that. And we have to meet those ratios. So if we only get, 6 kids that sign up to work it, we've gotta just start begging parents, and we'll pay them, or they could volunteer, whatever they wanna do. Volunteer or paid, you still have to have a Corey Sori done. And if you are getting paid, there is you have to do the job application, then you also have to do a new hire packet, which is like the W-2, the I-9, the direct deposit. It could take a kid, that's in school a week to get through that, because they may have to go to the bank and get the bank to sign something, and they can't drive, so it depends on when their parents can get them to the bank. So we wanna give those kids like a week, to
What
get
if we
their
use the
stuff
counselors
done.
we had for?
If we're all set, if they're already a hired employee by the town, they're all set, their paperwork's in.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's what Ally said in Northborough, she's like, I have like 140 employees. I don't use them all the time, but they're already in the town, and then when Sally wants to work this camp, I already have her stuff already done.
And even though they're doing that just for a short period of time, they're paid as employees, not as 1099 contract?
Yeah, they're paid as
Mhm.
That's
employees.
good.
Yep,
That's better.
yeah. Well, that's true too,
For
right?
taxes, yeah.
For taxes, right.
This is what he did, did you see this? He put it in the email.
Yeah, no, I saw that, I sent
Okay.
it to him. Yeah, I sent him that, I was just wondering on the dates. And then what we also have to do on top of that, so they have to apply, and we're gonna keep this as a rolling application, that was suggested actually by the town administrator and the personnel committee, because we may find, like, we have people that sign up now, but then come February, someone's chat schedule has changed, and they can do the second half of the year. Or if we run a program and we need a counselor for something, and they wanna do just that, they can apply for just that. So we're gonna keep this application open and just continue to roll. And when we can always take people on, but we don't need to hire them until we need them, you know what I mean? Okay, so we have a lot of work to do, like a little bit amount of time. So the programming itself, we have under control, myself, Eric, and Pam, as far as like what we're doing. But just to give you, so if anyone asks you, you'll have an idea. We're gonna do the dismissal at 11:45 to 12, and then 12 to 12:30, we're gonna have lunch in the school. In all the schools now, lunch is free for any child.
Really?
Yep, nobody pays for lunch anymore.
Wow.
Yep. So there's no free and reduced lunch, it's available to any kid that wants it. So we'll eat lunch, whether they bring it or they get it. Even on half days, they
Yeah, I
have
was
to.
gonna say they always list a brown bag lunch or
Yep.
something like that, yeah.
So they still have to provide on half days too. So lunch 12 to 12:30, recess 12:30 to 1, and then from 1 to 3, we run our activities. And we're doing 5 different stations so that we don't have 100 kids in the gym at one time. So we're gonna break them into groups of 20 kids, or depending on the numbers, whatever 5 stations is number divided by 5. So we might have groups of 10, we might have groups of 20. And then we have different activities. So we have like a makerspace activity, we have arts and crafts, we have sport and movement, we have a sensory activity station, and then we have books and puzzles because we noticed when we did this camp that some of the little kids that were there all day for those 8 hours, it was a long day for them. That
Toast.
quiet time was the books was huge for
Yep.
those kids that were there all day,
Mhm.
yeah. And they're elementary, you know. Some kids might not need it, and they might do the puzzles or the brainy games or whatever, and that's fine. But the kids that need that quiet space will have that. And then at 3:05, we do dismissal. Dismissal, it has to be so well organized. We'll have somebody at the desk, an adult, not a kid, and they have to check IDs. And everybody before on the Google form, if you sign up, you have to write down who you are authorizing to pick up your child. And so when you come to pick up Abe, even I have to see your ID. Okay, Meg, whoop, yep, she's authorized, check. You can go with mom. Because we dismiss, just like the school, you can't dismiss kids too. And then if they're going to the after-school program, we'll get them over there. The only thing that stinks is we have to collect payments through this antiquated system that we have. So we're gonna have to be collecting checks, $25 checks from God knows how many people.
Well, hopefully only for that one day.
Yeah, hopefully it'll just be October, correct, because the next half day is not till December. So
How
we
many
should be
additional
good.
half days did they put in?
3.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Oh.
And they took we had a full day professional development, so they removed that full day and added 2 half days. So it really wasn't that big of, it appeared worse than it is because it's consistent, it's on the same Wednesday. There were other half days also factored in there that we're not covering, we're only covering professional development half days. All right, so that's that. So we have a lot of, so what did we have to approve? We had to approve, half-day program. All right, the job application, everything's fine there. We don't even have to approve that because it's the town one. That's the one they wanted, and Terry's point was great. We do have to approve the Google form. This is what parents are gonna use to sign up their kid. I'm just gonna bring it up.
Did you send that to us already?
And again, yeah, I think I sent it in a link.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Is it there?
Registration form, yeah.
Did you have it up?
Mhm.
Oh, great. Do you wanna show it? 'Cause how did you get it so fast?
I'm in my email.
So fast. Oh, yeah, I should've just checked the emails.
Yeah. You guys wanna look at this? It's basically, just shows the breakdown of the time.
Yep, so it just goes through, just is a really brief introduction. If you wish to sign up, please sign up below, these are the hours. I did put the disclosure in there, this program is not run by the school, cause this is a very separate program. This is run by the recreation committee. This little tidbit here, I'm not sold on yet. It says that children with varying abilities are always welcome in recreational programs. If a child is assigned a one-to-one aide during the school year, for any reason, an aide is required to accompany the child during these programs. However, we are unable to hire or provide aides that are trained like the school staff. And I think that's a good point to put in there because we certainly are not privy to any independent education plans that kids are on. The youth counselors won't be privy to that either. That's something that is done through the schools. So we know that there may be kids that are gonna participate in these programs that may require additional support. And we'll certainly work to make that happen, but we just need to let people know that we're not the school. So we don't operate with that same understanding with those plans. So I did say to just please call the chair to discuss accommodations. We also are going to work with the pupil personnel director at the school, once we have our list of kids. And it is a very private matter that we don't even wanna know, really, right? Because that's private for those families, and, if they wanna disclose that of course is something different.
If they're assigned someone to work with the kid one-on-one in school, is that person also required to be at the professional day?
Yes. Because
So
the
they have to find
parents.
someone else.
Yeah. So I know we had a situation with basketball where we had a boy, a couple years ago that wanted to play. And he had some limitations with the play. And there was a program outside of school, actually I know of 2 athletes that did this, there was a program outside of school. The staff there came because this was outside of school hours, and they had those services, so that adult came to the practice, and it was interesting too, they weren't like one-on-one, like right next to the kid, they were pretty, let the child be in the environment, because that's what the parent wanted, they didn't want that one-on-one, they wanted the kid to have that, and these staff were great, they just stayed on the outskirts, and any incident, which there really actually wasn't, because sometimes the kids that require the one-to-one in the schools, like, they thrive in these settings, you know what I mean? Because they're moving, and they're they don't have to like sit in the desk and learn to listen, you know? But we definitely wanna be able to accommodate, all the kids, but we just wanna be very forthcoming, so I don't know about that language yet that is in there, if you guys think it should stay or come out. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's something that parents should consider, because
Yeah.
they may be under the impression that the school staff is helping manage this, when, even though it's a professional development day, people don't think.
I know, I
you know,
agree
it's-
that
It's
the
gonna be
aides
held
are.
at the school,
Right.
they're gonna
Yeah.
be there, or
Okay.
someone else is gonna be there, so I don't think that it's
Okay.
appropriate. I think it's good, and if, like you said, just call you.
Right. Yep,
And,
yep.
you know, you'll probably know who the child is, or at
Probably
least
not.
have, well,
Probably won't,
You never
I'm
know.
very far removed from elementary, I don't,
but at least they could provide a little feedback.
yeah.
And be like, you know,
Yeah.
it's not really a one-to-one, cause some
Right,
people
if
might
they've
read
done
that and be
link-
like, oh,
Yeah.
does this apply to my child, even though they don't have a one-to-one, you know, maybe they, I don't know.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say,
Child
if their kid has done like the link programs after school or something before, and they haven't had a one, or, it's just.
Well, what does Link do?
Right.
They do, I
Enrichments.
mean, yeah, they do little like crafts or.
No, but like, what do they do with kids that need one-to-ones?
I don't, I mean, I've run a couple of the programs and I haven't like come across that. so
They
I
don't do
know.
anything.
I don't think, yeah.
They don't.
There's no
They
accommodate.
maybe
okay.
don't even, right.
Or the
put it
parent will
out
be the
there.
one-to-one, maybe.
Yeah, well, right, cause I know like there's one of Abe's friends, he's diabetic, so like his mom will volunteer for the, to help run
Yep.
the program, because the nurse won't be there, because the nurse is gone at 3:05 or
right,
whatever, so
right.
she'll, just volunteer for whatever programs he wants to
Got
do.
it.
And so she'll be there, but,
I think sometimes, like, cause they register, like, we register weeks in advance, so I think once the registrations came in, then they would, like, cause they put like, what, 12 kids, 15 kids
Right.
max.
Oh, they
But
kept it,
depending
right?
on who
Right.
the kids are, they'll like try and get another adult, or
Oh, okay.
reach
or
out
the
to
age
that
group
parent.
or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
they've been getting better about like doing K through 2 for one versus
That's
K
a good
through,
idea.
K through 5 and mixing them all.
Yeah.
you
But
live, you learn.
sometimes like the 5th graders can be helpful with the little kids,
True.
but I think it's better that way. Like the slime, like K through 2 slime versus 3 through 5 slime is a big difference.
Oh my gosh,
You know,
huge.
like-
Huge.
Yeah.
Kay's like,
Holy
what?
cow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what's happening?
Snarch didn't go in my hair.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would say they try to accommodate by just
Okay.
getting another volunteer,
Okay.
but,
I know we're a little nervous that, what if we don't get volunteers?
but that's
What if we
only
don't
an
get
hour
people?
program. It's not a
Right.
3-hour
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but I think doing 5 different groups is huge. We're not just gonna run 3-hour, a slime. You know what I mean? We're gonna 20 minutes in the station, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, done.
I know, but like if there is a child that has a one-to-one in school,
Yeah.
like they're gonna need that guidance.
Yeah,
station to station, and then they're gonna,
Yeah,
you know,
transitioning
they're gonna
and all
need
that.
help with that, so,
and ideally, you know, we could, if we hire more staff, like you said,
yeah,
you know, you could be my one-to-one. But that doesn't mean that you, as a staff, know what my needs are.
correct.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I
the
can
hard
just
thing.
say to you, you're gonna be with Julie.
Yeah.
And just, you know.
No, I think the
help
way
her
you
along.
put it makes it sound like we're not school staff, so
Right,
the
okay.
expectation shouldn't be
The same.
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think that's
Yeah.
more your point,
Okay.
right?
It's a good disclaimer.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
It
it's
kind of
smart.
leaves it up to the parent then to decide.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would think if you have one of those kids, you might, you know, if they don't know who Julie Lee running the rec program is, they might
Just
they'd
reach
wanna
out.
reach out to you anyway
Yeah.
to say like, hey, my kids, you know, I know this is new or whatever,
Mhm.
and it's, you wrote on here, it's not run by the school, like,
Okay.
so.
Is this
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, I think that's.
All right, guys, good, it's good feedback. All right. All right, then I just said at dismissal, whomever signed up for the program, we get dismissed to the gym, after all the students have been dismissed, kids rotate, 20 minutes, blah, blah, blah. And then I give a schedule, and then I explain they're expected to come into the building, sign the kid out, which will include showing a photo ID, prepared to have it, we won't dismiss anyone without any child or any adult who does not show an ID, and we will not dismiss any child or any adult who is not on the approved list. And then it just goes through your name, email, how many kids, blah, blah, blah. I did ask about allergies, if your children do have any allergies that we should be aware of, and if so, does your child carry an EpiPen, and where is it, in case we need to access it?
Is there anything about lunch on there?
I did say lunch is from the hours. You mean in terms of like you could bring it or
Like they
it
have
will
to
be
pack a lunch,
provided?
obviously.
No, you don't, cause it's, remember, now it's free lunch for every student, always, even on half days.
So we're gonna have to advertise what the lunch is?
I
Or
think they
they
put
pack
it
a
on
lunch.
the
I don't like that new menu,
yeah.
by the way. Drives me
I know.
bananas.
I know.
You try to like expand it
Yeah,
and it
I
shows
know,
like
and it-
700
and you have
options and
to-
like, what is
right,
this? What
right.
is the actual lunch?
Yeah, or I know last year,
know,
at
I
least on the
know.
written one, they would write a brown bag lunch of, and then they would
Hey,
say
give me a
like
paper,
peanut butter
give
or
me
whatever.
a thing
yeah.
I can just print,
Right,
please.
put it on
So
the
we should
fridge.
write something about, yeah, I'll just say lunch will be provided by the school on half days.
Yeah, the brown bag lunch, or you're
And the
welcome
brown
to bring
bag.
your own.
Correct, yeah.
Or you're welcome. Okay. I did ask if they want to, if they're getting dismissed to parent or after-school program, so we know. Is there anything they want us to know about their child?
Do we need to do like a snack? or no?
And I'll put a liability on here too.
Well, I guess they have lunch and then they go home.
Anyways,
I thought about
yeah,
that,
yeah.
should we do snack and, no.
Well, I feel like lunch will be, what, like the first
1:45,
half hour or
1:45,
something?
1:45, 2.
Yeah.
That's a long time for little kids, 3
Well, but
hours.
then they have like the after-school program does a snack for them, and I know at Lincoln we
Yeah,
have
like
it,
right when
but
they get
that's
there.
again at 3:00, so it's like they'll have that anyway.
But that's like the same as like when they have,
Any regular day.
Yeah, during a regular day of school, do they
yeah,
get a
that's
snack?
the same.
Yes, no.
Oh, okay.
We could flip it,
Yeah,
we
they
could do
do.
recess first
My
and then
kids
lunch.
get snack.
Why don't we do that, recess then lunch?
They're gonna be
That's too long.
starving.
They are, okay.
Yeah, the
Unless,
littler ones,
unless
like,
on
I
half
know
days,
they
we
eat it.
know that they do a snack in the morning. Like, I know
I
Mackenzie,
don't know how they do it.
because they have the earlier lunch, like, the teacher doesn't let them, they don't have snack till the afternoon. Like, she does the opposite.
Oh, because they have early lunch.
Because they have
What's
the early lunch, but I think the older kids get a snack earlier at like 10 or something, because they have a 12:30 lunch. So I feel like it's like the same as their regular schedule.
Yeah.
I would say have lunch right when they are dismissed.
Okay.
Then let them go run,
Mm.
and then start the programs.
And so, okay, we could also do this, right? We see how it goes. If kids are like, I'm hungry,
They're gonna be.
at like 2, then we could build in a snack into the next December program.
But like, on those days, I mean, parents are still packing snacks, and like the second grade, maybe they would do the snack in the morning because they don't have an afternoon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. They'll have plenty of food.
Yeah, I don't know what,
Okay.
right.
I
'Cause
know we don't-
I'm now thinking like kindergarten, I don't think, if it was a half day, I don't think she,
Gives them a snack?
but that doesn't.
I feel like kindergarten has to have snack.
Yeah,
Those kids are
yeah.
probably dying of hunger
Right,
by like
right.
10.
Yeah, I think
I
their
need a
snack's
snack.
at like 9:00 or something.
Yeah. And
And they get tired, she's like, nap time, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when Kenzie told me that they don't have snack until the afternoon. thought it was interesting. But I guess they have lunch at 11:30,
Yeah, 11:30 is like.
and then
first
recess,
Kindergarten through, yeah.
and then the older kids are 12:30. So I guess
Yeah.
they're going from 12 to, maybe they have snack at like 2. I
Yeah,
don't
a lot
know.
of kids don't eat breakfast.
I know, that
They
drives
should
me
definitely be
crazy.
morning snack.
Kenzie would never eat breakfast if I didn't force her to.
Yeah, a lot of kids don't. They just can't eat at that hour.
But she's like hangry.
Yeah.
By like 9 probably.
Yeah. All right, so this is good to go. Then I added the thing about the lunch, and we'll just have to try it. And then if we need to adjust, we have to adjust it for December. Right?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, so can I get a motion to approve the BBRC half-day October programming registration form?
So moved.
Great job.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes. I lost my.
So productive.
So productive. All right, half days. Okay.
Nice
four.
clipboard you got.
Oh my God, okay, I have it for you. That's why I took it.
You can keep using it, I'm kidding.
No. Her kids came to my house the other day. I said, please take your clip, take it back. Nope. And then she left it, and I said, ooh, I'm gonna bring it. I have clipboards all over my house.
Like it
So-
has
and
her
so,
name on it.
yes, and she has her name on it.
Perfect.
All right, so, okay, we did that. All right, now we have to do just the upcoming events. We'll go quick like a buck. Terry, do you have somewhere at your complex, like a community?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
We have a community room,
Oh my God, that's
and
great.
we have an email that goes out to everybody too.
Then can you use it freely for anything, or are there
Sure.
like guidelines on it?
Who's in charge up there?
Terry?
What do you Not anymore. We just put in a board of 3 people.
Who is it? Anybody that I know?
Jill Malika.
Oh, done.
Yeah.
She'll blast everything out
Yeah.
for us.
Oh, that's
Jill-
Dave's wife?
Wife.
Yeah, Jill's on it, Linda White, and.
Linda White, I feel like I know her too.
Jack Ward.
Don't know.
I think
So
Linda and
Felicia
Jack
knows
came from
everybody.
outside
Oh, okay,
of
gotcha.
the town.
I definitely know Jill.
But yeah, Jill's supportive of a lot of everything,
Yeah,
which is good.
yeah, because Dave is active in the community.
Mhm.
All right, well, we are having a few events coming up, okay? I'm gonna start with, so Felicia makes flyers.
That's all good for.
Feels
Yep,
good.
nope, she does very good flyers. So we'll start with this one. We're doing a 7-week preseason basketball program. So we did this last year. It's actually pretty successful. We charge $130, and each kid, I feel it's either $20 or $30 went to the rec program. So because Berlin and Boylston are running it together, I'll have to ask Eric.
How's that happening? Aren't they doing their own in Boylston though?
No, we're doing it together.
Oh, I thought it said,
We're gonna probably run them at both, just so kids in
oh,
Boylston
I was
don't have to always
confused by the
come to Berlin.
location scenario. Okay.
What?
Looks, it said Berlin and Boylston, so I thought Berlin was doing one and Boylston was doing one.
No,
That
no.
makes more sense.
Just
doing
because
that
it's only Eric and I running it, we might get some kids to help us out, but,
Oh, you're gonna get
I
a lot of-
wanna
you're gonna get a lot
say-
of kids.
what's that?
You're gonna get a lot of kids.
I don't know, it's hit or miss. It really is hit or
Well,
miss.
it's the timing of that is gonna, you're not gonna, I guess you won't. get
Right,
as
so
much
it's
as
Friday
others.
night, we did separate the girls and boys, which we didn't do last year, which was a disaster.
Mhm,
Because the
smart.
girls were like, dribbling, oh my gosh. So anyways, the girls are this, the boys are that, and what we did is, they're all gonna register through Boylston because they have the MyRec already done, it's easier. And then we figure out the payment after, but I think either way, Rec makes money off this program. I can actually look to see what we made last year. So that's running for the next 7 Fridays, starting October 4th.
Fourth.
Is that what it says? And then we have Movie Under the Stars Friday night. Doot,
Let's
doot,
hope
doot.
it's under the stars.
Yeah, so we don't know about the weather.
Mm.
So if it is not great, we got permission to use the gym at Berlin Memorial School. In order to use that facility, you have to fill out a form, and the building principal has to.
He's great though. He like
He's great.
approves
So great.
everything
He's
all
so
the time.
great. No problem. So he's allowing us to use the gym for movie night, which is, oh my God, it's tough running a movie night in the gym. Did you go to that one
We've
that
had
year?
2,
No, but it just, I can imagine, because it's so big, and then it's just,
Dark.
you can only keep so much attention on, yeah.
we've had 2
Yeah.
movie nights. So like 2 years ago, we ordered, well, we thought was the coolest thing in the world. It's like a 20,
the blow up.
20-foot
Oh, yeah.
blow-up screen.
Right.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So the first year we got it, and we went down on a Thursday night, me, Julie, Mark, Brian, my husband, and we did like a trial run. We hooked everything up, we blew it up.
Awesome.
It was awesome.
You're awesome.
Yep. And then
Mm.
2 days later, it was like
Tornado
20-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Oh, no.
And it was.
Terry, oh my
We
God.
tried so hard, and I think we were there at what, 4:30 or something, and we were starting to set
Oh,
everything
I-
up, and I think it was Mark. Mark was like, Felicia, this isn't happening
Mhm.
outdoors, and I'm like, yes, it is. We're doing it. It's gonna be great. And then a couple gusts of wind, and
Yep.
Julie and I are basically like flying away
Yeah.
with this.
Oh.
It was
screen,
awful. It was
and
awful.
We had to move it inside at the last minute, which was a little chaotic, but it worked. I mean, everybody stayed. It was good. And then last year we tried again.
No, we
and-
did better last year. It was up against the baseball thing.
Yeah, but remember we tried to blow up the thing first.
Oh yeah, no, it's awful. Yeah.
Yeah, and luckily someone from town had I don't know, it was probably what, like 15 feet wide, like a big screen that has like a hard back
Mhm.
for like presentations. So we strapped that to the backstop and projected the. But it's like it always comes down to
No,
like
we
that
used the
day.
big one last time. We used the inflatable.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't. You weren't there.
Yes, I was.
Not till the end. You were running a
I
basketball
was running. I
club.
was at that. That's true.
We tried, because earlier in the day before you had basketball, we tried to blow up the inflatable. Remember? By the backstop.
Yeah,
And
I
Brian
thought
was
we
like, oh, we're
got
gonna
it.
strap it, and then
That's
we
what I thought we
spun it
did.
around and we put it the other way, thinking if the wind blew, it would just blow it into the backstop.
Yeah.
Then it was like bending over the backstop. I'm like, it's gonna pop, and then the whole thing is gonna be
Oh,
ruined.
oh.
And remember Chip had the thing we had to like snap.
Oh
It
yes.
was like a big screen,
Yes.
but it didn't have a frame.
I remember.
So him and Brian had to, I don't even know how they did
They
it.
did it though.
They strapped that thing to the backstop
Yep.
and it didn't move. Thank God.
So that's what we're doing again.
Yeah.
Great. So the
'Cause
movie
I'm
that we're
not
gonna
even-
show
I'm not even
is
dealing with
a
that
surprise.
inflatable.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say it in case anyone's watching.
Yeah.
Inside out.
It's not Inside Out. Imagine he'd leave.
God.
He'd
Oh, no.
start walking
We
home.
went to Clover Road for a movie night, and as soon as we walked in there, the guy was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna start in like 10 minutes. It's gonna be Inside Out 2." I was like,
Oh,
and then-
did he stay? No.
No,
Did he leave?
well, he just didn't go in the room. We stayed. We just did
Oh,
other
What?
stuff,
I
but it
didn't-
was like my son Abraham
He
doesn't
gets
like
upset.
those
He doesn't
movies.
like that Inside Out.
Oh, well,
It's too
the-
emotional.
The older one is for like, or the new one is for older kids.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't think that's appropriate for younger kids anyways.
You never think anything's appropriate.
It's not. Have you seen it?
No.
Well, even just the preview, I was like, they don't need to watch this
Yeah,
right now.
the
Yeah.
emotions that they introduce are anxiety, which you can only imagine that.
Yeah.
Uh,
The kids
was it
have that?
depre-
Oh,
No.
depression? No.
Anxiety,
Envy.
envy.
Oh, fair
and-
enough.
What's the one, the lazy one? What is that one?
Um,
Boredom, or something like that.
Yeah,
Those were all perfect.
Yeah, but it's like, it's over their heads.
Too hard,
Like
yeah, too
they-
advanced.
Sometimes it's like you introduce those things that they're not even really thinking
Oh,
about
yeah.
yet.
And
then
now they're
it's-
anxious
and
all of a
that-
sudden.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we were at the movie, and
That's 'cause of
me and Brian
technology.
are dying laughing at some of the stuff, and Kaylee's like, what's so funny?
She's crying. You guys are laughing.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't know about the movie yet. Shh.
I know, people keep asking on.
No, it's a surprise.
And I'm
Why
not-
would we tell
I'm
them?
not posting.
Goodness, just show up
It's
to
a
the
kid movie, just show up.
Oh, because they might not come if they don't know what it is.
Do they have an age range?
Like elementary age.
I'm just gonna
I'm-
say it's a PG movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's-
Yeah,
yeah.
It's
PG.
not like,
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
I'll say one that's within the past 5 years or something, I don't know. I'm not showing as much as I want to show it.
You know what we should do next movie night?
Yeah,
We
right.
should-
Not.
Next movie night, you know what we'll do? We'll let the kids, if they want to vote, we could put a thing at the general store.
Well, that's a good
And they
idea.
could put their little vote in there.
Next movie night, I'm doing a throwback.
Yeah,
Just letting the kids
Yeah.
choose.
What does that mean?
Like Sandlot,
Oh,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Something old.
E.T.
Do kids know what throwback means? I didn't even know. Now I know. You mean, oh, you're not letting the kids choose?
No.
I just had a great idea. Now you're like, forget that.
Next time.
Okay. All right, we are doing this too, this Halloween costume giveaway. So Felicia put a box here. in the town offices. You might have seen it when you came in Orange. And then there's one at the school, so people can donate their gently used costumes that are just sitting in their house. They have 7,000 of them. And then there's 2 times. One is before movie night, and then one is during a morning, like soccer, where all the costumes will be out.
Oh, God, I gotta be there early that day.
Yeah, we'll be there early anyways. Wait, am I gonna be there that day? What day is 28th? Yeah. So, and then all the costumes are out, and anyone comes and just takes one, and off you go.
What day is it?
That is
Saturday.
on Saturday,
This Friday
September
and
28th,
Saturday.
9 to 11, and Friday, September 27th, 3 to 6. You can keep all these flyers.
Yeah.
And then we have the cornhole tournament that happens at the same time
Yeah,
as the
get
Fall
your friends
Fest.
up at your neighborhood.
You could take all
Join
these
that.
flyers.
For what, cornhole?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna give you all these.
We need
I
more
won't give you the
people.
bas, no one in your group's gonna do.
That would be a better age range to get because they won't be dealing with sports all day like the rest of us.
For the cornhole
Prior
tournament?
to the
Oh,
Fall
yeah,
Fest.
maybe your husband would play. Do you guys play for cornhonole?
I don't.
Well, find someone
I've
to
never
play
tried it.
cornhole.
Just throw the bag.
He's
in
probably
the-
secretly wicked good at it.
Honest to God, right?
Me and Julie are pretty good at it.
Are you?
We actually
Remember
did
we
a
played
really
at
good
the
job at
concert?
Fish.
We did
Yeah,
pretty
did
good.
a really good job. So the only thing really that we have to, because we still have time for the October events, however, I did just post to Facebook, but again, you know, it's hard because Facebook is like the communication other than the backpack program. We need people for the trunk or treat thing.
And any volunteers to help with Fall Fest in general. I mean, if you guys can commit to being there and helping, that's great, but like you have the kids, so that's hard. Like I would feel
Luke.
bad. Luke, poor Luke.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry, Luke, I have to work.
No, we're gonna try to get that, we're gonna try to get high school kids too to do
I
that.
can do that. I don't work on
Yes.
Saturdays.
Terry's in!
Yeah,
I'm
normally
in.
we do it Sunday, it'll be way better.
No, it's better to Saturday.
The feedback I've gotten so far about it being Saturday, a lot of people are preferring it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, hopefully we'll get a good.
So it
turnout.
starts at 2, so the cornhole tournament starts at 1:30, so that's going on before. The fall festival just includes like the bouncy house, some cute little games, kids come in costume, there's music, one of her friends is a musician, he plays, we pay him.
Mhm.
There's also a costume parade, and they get a prize for like things. Lions Club used to do this.
They probably still will contribute. I'll reach out to Dave.
He said
because-
there's just there's not many members.
Yeah, but they still have.
But they still,
funding
that's, so
and
Dave from the Lions Club is
Malika.
Malika's husband.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah. I
Dave
know him.
Malika.
Yeah, I know
So
him
the
too.
Lions Club used to every
He wears the
Halloween.
earring.
Yes, they used to put on a Halloween dance
Mhm.
at the 1870 building where we work out.
Mhm.
It was like the Saturday before Halloween. He was the DJ.
Oh, that
All kids would
sounds
come in
like
their
fun.
costume.
Yeah, the kids loved
It
it.
was so they'd have snacks, and then
Yeah.
they'd give away prizes. Lions Club did for like scariest or
Yeah.
most
Yep.
creative. It was really cute.
Yeah.
And it was packed. All the kids went. Everyone in town
I
went.
bet.
But now I think COVID hit, and then
Yeah, that
the-
ruined
yeah,
that.
it just kind of it fizzed out.
Better to be outside.
Yep. So then we moved it actually, and the Lions Club did help one year. They had
They did
the-
2 years. They provided like snack bags, like baggies
Yep.
of goodies.
Yep, and Dave DJ'd that year too.
Yep.
And then the following year they did the belly dancers, the witches,
And the prizes.
and the prizes. Yep.
Which is belly dance?
Yep, they
Yeah.
sure did.
Yeah, it
Yep.
was good.
And then their membership is definitely shrinking. So
I feel like they prefer, I mean, not that I wanna like tell them what to do, but I feel like Dave prefers like, hey, we need candy, or hey, we need this.
Yeah.
And then he just be like, okay, here you go,
All right.
here's this. So I'll just reach out to him and just
Okay,
let him know.
okay.
I'm sure he's seen the flyer, but
yep,
just see if he wants to contribute anything. I mean,
that's helpful. All right, you do that.
water, and I can always change the flyer, or we just make an announcement at the event, like, thank you to the Lions for
Totally. Yep.
Mhm.
donating this or that or
Good call,
whatever.
yep. But we definitely need people for the trunk or treat. So we also
Yep.
have a Google form for that. And it just basically says, can you sign up, and what that entails. You have to decorate the trunk of your car. Have you ever seen those trunk or treats?
No.
Oh my God, it's so cute. So it's trick or treating,
Yeah.
but instead of going house to house, you go trunk to trunk. So you get like 20 cars, and everyone backs in on the field in a semicircle, and they open up their trunks and they decorate the trunk of their car.
Okay.
And any theme they want. You might do like Candyland, you might do like Skeleton
Yeah.
or Paw Puppy, what's that called?
Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol.
Paw Puppy.
That's cute.
You do what, there's 50,000 things online.
And this is all
Um,
the same day?
Yep, that's all the same day. So the trunk or treat will start at 3. and
That's a
then the
new thing,
kids-
so we're really gonna have to figure that out.
But so I think the best way to do that is just kind of, we have a sign up and people sign up on the form, but it's getting that sign up out to people so that they know. So we'll do the backpack program, we can post it.
But also the chief of police reached out to me because they wanted to do something, they were thinking along the lines of a trunk or treat. And now that we're doing it, they said, we just wanna do it with you guys at the event. So I don't know how many vehicles they'll have, but
I told them to sign up.
he made it sound
Sign up.
like police, fire, ambulance, a lot of stuff. So, I don't know,
That'd be fun.
yeah.
Kids
Yeah,
would
that's
love
great.
that.
Totally, kids will love that, yeah.
Yeah.
And then at your thing too, as the volunteer, if you're like, I'll do it, you bring the candy or the erasers, whatever you wanna hand out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm doing Cookie Monster, so I'm
Something we need
bringing
to like
cookies.
police.
Police the candy?
I mean, not that there's gonna be any random people doing the trunk
Oh,
or
do you,
treat,
do
but
you have
like-
to have police there in detail or something?
Well, they'll be there anyways, I think,
What do
cause
you
you
mean
did the event.
police
I mean,
them?
like, I don't know,
In
like,
case there's trouble.
it freaks me out, like,
What freaks you
people
out?
giving weird things, like, I don't want someone giving like baked goods for the trunk or treat.
I was gonna give cookies, cause I'm doing a Cookie Monster. So instead I'm gonna buy processed cookies,
Oh,
great.
fine, Julie,
Okay,
fine.
Felicia. No, you're actually right, I don't even know if you can hand it out. Well, yeah, cause you're not selling it, you can.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree. So maybe we could write that on the thing. No. I feel like you have a choice. People should just choose not to eat it.
Yeah, I guess the parents it can be their discretion.
Instead of
But
being
if
over
someone's
Clover,
handing out like
they should be over there.
mystery stuff, they're out.
No mystery.
They're out.
No mystery bag.
You have to go through the mystery line. Go by Felicia.
I'm gonna test all these treats.
I would hope
If
we
I drop
know-
dead.
You're gonna have
I-
a
I
stomach
jumped
by the
in.
end of the night.
Yeah.
I would hope we know everybody that's
I
doing
know,
a
but
car.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Right?
I get it.
So if you do want to volunteer for the trunk or treat, go on our website. There is a form, a Google form for you to sign up. You don't have to disclose what you're decorating your trunk as.
I have kids.
Do keep in mind, do keep in mind it is for elementary kids. So you know, I did say like no Freddy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta tone it down a little bit. You can get a little gory, but not like, you know, we don't want to have any blood
Ryan
hanging off
Clemmer's
the
got a real elaborate idea.
car. Who
You're
does?
gonna be excited.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I kept mine like so kid friendly. I wish Rick was coming. I want to do his car too.
Just bring. Oh, he.
I
he
can't.
needs
He's
his
using
car.
it.
Bring the van.
The caravan. We have to roll it down the hill.
Park it sideways.
With the
Slider.
bridge out.
The slider.
it's out of
Oh
the
yeah,
question.
yeah.
The
We have
bridge
to
is
push it
still
up the
there,
hill,
yeah.
roll it down the hill.
Yep,
Um,
that's not going anywhere.
All right, so that's
Yeah,
good. So
Andrew.
maybe if you want to hang those at your community, that would be helpful.
I will do that.
And around town, the flyers have gone up. 19 Carter, the G,
Mm-hmm.
the newsletter, the principal's newsletter has it in there.
Peg's blasting it into whatever she said.
Oh yeah, the powder. No.
Yeah, something. I gave her all the flyers.
Yep, awesome. So we have information.
Community newsletter or whatever it is.
What else? Anything else on that? What else?
Super fun.
I feel like the Fall Fest is the real elaborate.
There's a lot of moving parts to
A
that.
lot
one.
for that, yeah. Like movie night is easy, very easy, as long as it's not crappy weather.
So all right, movie night. So you go to movie night? Yep, movie night. Meg. Movie night, Meg. This might become your thing. Terry, do you want to go to movie night or no? You gonna skip that?
I don't think I can.
Yeah, don't worry.
My week's a little rough this coming week. My daughter's getting married a week from Saturday.
What the heck? You just disclosed that now? You go to class every day together. Holy cow!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Local or far away?
Local in Hudson at Charter Oaks.
Oh, it's so pretty there. My
Do you have a
friend got
dress?
married there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a picture?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Let me see it. This is not rec business, but it's fine.
Yeah, I got it.
It has
Got
to
a
do with
lot of
her
stuff going on
availability.
for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
get
it's gotta do a lot
Oh,
of stuff for
good.
that, so.
Yeah, you got a wow.
But she's got it all, she's got it all. under
She's like her mother. She's efficient.
She's worse. She's a control freak.
Oh, that's so.
Oh, I want to see.
It's a little stretchy material too, so
Oh,
You can
ooh
eat.
la la.
it covers everything.
Gorgeous.
Let's see.
Have you guys ever rented a dress from Rent
Oh, that's
the Runway?
Super pretty.
My daughters do.
I
My
love
sister,
it.
one of my
Love
girlfriends
that.
swears
Thank
by
you.
that.
I love the shoulders.
Yeah.
That's
I-
pretty.
cute.
That's
I
gonna look
wanted
awesome.
something higher up to cover.
You don't have to cover anything. You look great.
Well, my other daughter got married and I had a dress that went straight across and I just felt like all night.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I know when you're dancing.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I
So
hate
this
those.
time I said, nope.
Yeah, smart,
Comfy.
smart. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that's awesome. All right, so that's fine. It'll just be, that we got this under control. And then Beth, I don't
What
know
is
if
the
that's gonna go.
27th? Is that Friday?
Friday.
Yeah, oh, okay.
I'll
All right,
be
that's
there.
fine.
Brian will be there.
Yeah, so between we have Bri, we have me, we have you, we
Who else
have,
can we rope in?
Oh, it's this Friday?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I might
Jamie
be
should
able to.
come.
I'll let you know tomorrow.
No, don't even worry about it. You got a
Jamie who?
wedding. Adams.
Her kids hate movies.
Oh, she doesn't have to go for the movie, just to set up.
I think Mark's, well, I think Mark's going. I don't know, maybe not.
They don't have to watch the movie. They can
I
like.
messaged him, I was like, don't forget about the speakers. I said, I hope your kids are really excited for movie night.
Yeah,
He's
they don't like
"Ah,
the movie.
fine."
That's so funny. All right, guys. I think that's it. Cornhole tournament we're having. So if you want to sign up for that, that's on the website. Everything's on the website. If anyone's listening, to this just go on the rec website. All the sign up forms are on
Did
there.
you put a deadline for the trunk or treat? Or no?
No, I should do that. I'll add that to the.
I put
form.
12th for the cornhole, so John
Alright.
can get organized.
I'll do the same thing for the trunk or treat.
Said he's getting a trophy, and he wants to ask,
Oh, you should see the one that
he wants to
Tammy made.
ask, what's his name?
Make that one.
At
That's
the
so cute.
store, at the general store, he wants
Eh?
to have him put it on like a shelf for the winner.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
That is a really cute idea. Yeah.
Or he said the West Street Tavern when it's open.
Oh, yeah,
He's
even
gonna have
better,
a
yeah.
Trophy case for.
Good idea, trophy case for the cornhole. Oh my god, that's adorable. I don't know if there's anything else, you guys. I don't think so. What is all this? What did I copy? Oh, this is the application. Does anyone want this? No.
Mm-mm.
Actually, I want one.
Just leave it for return.
No, I'm gonna take this right now.
Need a handout.
I'm gonna take this. All right, guys. So our meetings usually aren't this long, so we have to go over a lot of stuff. So I'm sorry. Are they?
No, it's okay.
We just,
No worries.
we all get up early in the
We
morning.
can. I know. We could write the set right now, guys. What do you
Yeah,
want to do
yeah.
tomorrow? I don't want to do that. Nope, I don't want to do that. All right. So then our next meeting, do you guys want to schedule that now?
Sure, sir.
Maybe look at your calendars. We can do that. Tanya, just booked. Oh man, someone said the tennis courts are not good.
What?
Jess just messaged and said, they were at the courts tonight and I noticed a little deterioration under the tennis net. It seems like it's too low sitting on the courts and it's getting moldy.
Oh.
Not sure who maintains them, but since they're new, probably cost a lot, it may need to be looked into.
The
It
net
almost looked like
itself or
someone
the?
pulled it too tight, so now it's sitting on the court.
Oh,
Awesome.
so it's just broken, it sounds like.
Okay, thanks for letting us know.
Oh yeah, she messaged me about.
All right, calendar. So we meet once a month, so we'll meet in October sometime. How about, when is the event?
The 19th.
Not till November.
October.
Damn it.
Jesus.
It is?
Halloween's in October.
Whoopsie.
And when's
October
the first-
19th.
And then the first half day is
23rd.
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 So we should meet the week
How about we meet on
before.
like the 14th?
Columbus Day, can't.
Oh, crap. 15th?
We hopefully are gonna have we're gonna train the counselors that day.
What?
15 sounds good. Yeah, we're gonna do a Zoom meeting. Train them. Say you need to be paying attention to the children.
I would say
High-fiving
definitely that
them.
week. I mean,
The week of the
We don't really
15th
have
or the
anything-
9th?
the 15th. I'm not home the 9th.
Where are you going?
Aruba.
What? I knew that, just wanted to say that.
Where are you staying?
The Playa Linda.
Oh, you just went to Aruba?
Yeah, we just got back.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's
Dying to
nice.
go.
Are you going to the same place you went? Did
No,
you- oh,
but
no.
near there. I drove by it.
Where did you stay?
We stayed at Azure. It's residences. A coworker of Rich
Oh, nice.
bought a condo,
That's
so
awesome.
we were there.
You didn't have to pay
But
for
it's near the
lodging.
high
No, we had
rises.
to pay for lodging. It's like an Airbnb kind of.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
He owns it, but that's what he does.
No deals there.
No
All right,
deals.
so you can't do the week before. So then I think Maybe the
Please,
15th,
please,
15th?
the 15th, before that event.
Oh, yeah, we have to meet before the event, I agree, both events. All right, can you guys do the 15th?
But that will be productive, because we have to
Productive.
be ready for,
I'm gonna call that a productive rec meeting.
At 7 again?
Yeah, 7, do you guys like 7? We can do earlier if you wanna do earlier.
7's fine for me.
Yeah, perfect.
yeah, so it's fine.
Productive rec meeting, 7 o'clock. Okay, so next scheduled meeting is October 15th, 7 PM. I will send out before that the agenda items, and then if you wanna add an agenda item, just message me, separately.
The items are gonna be Fall Fest, that's the
Yeah.
item.
Yep, Fall Fest, pay some bills. It should go quicker.
I doubt it, but okay.
I'm gonna order so much stuff. All right, is there anyone else have anything to add? Great. Oh my God, it's 5 of 9. All right, listen, so all right, I'm gonna adjourn the meeting. We vote to adjourn too, so can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Man, we're good.
Aye. Yes! Ding, ding, ding. I gotta drop this in the mailbox or else I'm gonna forget. So I gotta make a copy.